Happy Monday. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Steve Lentini, and I'm the president of Lord and Lentini Training. And that's training and development for life. And it's sales, leadership, and customer service training. So a little bit about me, very quickly. I am the author of a number of books: Sales Success for the Rookie, How to Succeed at Sales Right from the Start. It's on Amazon in CD and paperback format. I'm also a contributing author to Imagine 30 Days to a New You, published by Motivational Press and Justin Sachs, same publisher of my book on Amazon, and they're a great publisher. If you got a book idea, let me know. I'll put you in touch with Justin. He's a great guy. They're a great company. They do everything they say they're going to do. Sales Success for the Seasoned Veteran, and I'm changing this, How to Gain and Keep an Edge, right? That's what Sales Success for the Seasoned Sales Veteran is turning into. I'm editing it right now. Sales Success for the Spiritual-Minded Salesperson, How to Sell Without Losing Your Soul. And Wake Up, this is my personal growth book and program, Wake Up, Jump Into Your Life. It's about understanding how you show up in life and the wake that your thoughts, words, and actions leave behind. Because we live in a cause and effect world. And this book is $49.95. It's available from me directly. It's on my website, and you can, it's $49.95 because it includes an hour of my coaching, which is $300 an hour. So you're getting a bargain, and I teach you, start to introduce you to the idea of having a coach and to learning how you show up, the things that you don't know. So it starts out with a 360 review, and that's confronting for a lot of people. It's confronting for a lot of people. So I'll talk to you about how to get in touch with me later. First, I want to give you the ideas. Further the ideas about developing an edge and gaining an edge. So how do you develop an edge? You need to look different than most salespeople. And salespeople are being taught, push for the sale, go close. I can think of the number of programs that are very complicated. They want you to learn all about different personality types. And I have a simple Neo personality test that shows you how you show up and how to react to others. And as you show up a certain way and you learn how you show up, you start to notice it in other people and you know how to match up with them. But we don't want it to get too crazy. Some of the programs out there, Miller Heiman and some of the other programs, Challenger Sale, Mastering the Complex Sale, they're very, very good. There's parts of them that are very, very good. And if it gets too complicated, most people don't learn it. They don't know how to carry it with them. They're not grounded. They're thinking about, gee, what would Miller Heiman say? What should I do here? Instead of being grounded and in the moment and being real. Here's what I'm teaching people. Help others buy. If you have a good product, remember, you won't sell everyone, and not everyone is a good fit for your company. Not everyone would fit the ideal or the second ideal or perhaps even the third ideal, and most people don't even have a walkaway point because they want their salespeople to just sell, sell, sell. I want salespeople to learn how to be good business people and to know where's the walkaway point and to listen, to ask enough questions so that they're trying to figure out, are they a fit for us? Are we a fit for them? And if not, what's the best fit? And direct and guide them to the best fit. Help them buy, even if it's not you. And how do you do that? How do you develop the mindfulness to know what personality type is in front of you, and how do you help them? How do you match up with them? That's what I'm teaching. So there's some grounded exercises, how to become mindful and ground yourself, and then it's learning to detach from outcomes. The problem most salespeople have that keeps them from developing a good relationship, they're not grounded, and people sense it, and they're attached to outcomes. So they have what I call commission breath, and they have an energy that's pushing. There's only one way that people can go from an energy that's pushing. Only one way that they can go. That's a way. And so once you do a 360 and you take a 53 question personality test that takes 15 minutes, you understand what different characteristics of your personality that you need to control under certain circumstances with people who are the opposite of you, somewhat like you, the same, sometimes the same, what I call the controlling parent. They butt heads because they're both trying, the controlling parent. What does that sound like? They're both trying to run the show. You do it this way, you do it this way, you do it my way, no, you do it my way. So you need to understand subtle energies, get in your body, develop mindfulness, and detach from outcomes. Because if you're not attached to the outcome, you won't let people run you. You'll be there. You'll develop an edge that says, I'm here to help you buy the right solution, even if it's not me. Even car dealers are developing this strategy. Herb Chambers owns a lot of dealerships, hundreds, throughout New England. And his ads are saying, we don't sell you a car, we help you buy one. If it's gotten into car sales, guess what? It belongs everywhere, especially in high-tech sales. I'm coaching some software salespeople. I'm coaching some people who sell genome mapping software, and people that sell medical devices, and people that sell services, people that sell business to business. It doesn't matter the product if you're with people. I'll give you two quick examples. I had someone reach out to me in December that I hadn't heard from in 5 years. I helped them 5 years ago buy a program with the company that I was working with. And they called me up and said, Steve, what are you doing these days? Can we pick your brain? We want you to help us find another supplier, an option. And then someone from 3 years ago, a week later, called me and said, Steve, I need your help. We need to find another supplier. Wow, 5 years and 3 years, they found my card and called me. That's because they trust me, and I helped them back then buy the right solution. And they're calling me now to help them again. So fascinating, right? I know it works. I've been doing it for 40 years, and I've made multiple million-dollar sales, multiple large sales to people that in the beginning, two of them said, hey, Steve, we can't buy from you. Oh, okay. How come? In one case, I matched the guy's energy because he said to me, he looked at my name tag, got real close and said, XYZ, we could never buy from you. And I said, how do you know I'd sell you? And he got so shocked and surprised by that. He said, what do you mean? Don't you know who we are? I said, well, yeah, I know some things, but I don't know everything about you guys. He said to me, really? He said, you know, we're one of the largest at this and one of the largest at that. And I said, his name was Pete. I said, Pete, do you sell everybody? He said, no. I said, how come? He told me some weren't a fit, some couldn't afford us, some were too small, some didn't pay their bills on time. I said, there you go. I don't know any of that about you. And I said, you just told me I couldn't sell you. How come I can't? He said, well, I got 10 suppliers. I'm going to one. How could I ever give you the business? We've never done business with you. I said, you know what? That makes sense. Then I said, if this happens during the process, are you going to bring everybody in? He said, yes. Are you going to review them all? Yes. And you're going to narrow it down to one? Yes. I said, well, if this happens during the process, call me, I'll help you with it. And then he said, what do you mean? What is it? How can you help me? Why don't you help me now? I said, well, you're going to bring in all 10 people, right? Yes. They're your existing suppliers. Yes. Okay. One of them will have the idea. He thought for a second. He said, you're right, Steve. One will have the idea. I let it go, detached from outcomes. That was before I was doing training, consulting, before I was with Sandler Sales. Here's the thing. He called back 2 weeks later. Said, Steve, can you come help me? I said, what? You mean no one had the idea? No one came up with this, helping you through this obstacle? No. Okay. Would you do me a favor? He said, sure. I said, would you put me in the list? I know it's a long shot. He said, sure. We got the business. We got the business. And I told him no 2 more times. When he sent me the list of things he wanted us to work on, I said, Pete, I can't do this. And he said, why? And I told him, and he said, can you help me? Can you change it to your way? I said, sure. I'm glad to. Imagine, right? And a week later, he called me to say, hey, Steve, you're not the lowest. And I said, okay. I just left that gap of silence. And he said, well, get your appointment book out. I need you to come in on Tuesday. How come I'm not the lowest? He said, well, the guy in the bottom is way too low. I threw that out. The next guy that was lower than you, I really didn't like him. He didn't like him. You see, that guy didn't know how he was showing up in front of Pete. That's what I'm teaching people, how to be grounded and mindful and understand you're there to respect the other person's space, not to tell them what to do. And are there some people that need some guidance and direction? Yes, and I teach people how to know the difference. Imagine the guy that was the second lowest got thrown out too, only because he didn't like him. And he gave it to me, who was the third from the lowest. There were only 10 suppliers, so I was not going any lower. I knew we were competitive, and it was the margin that we wanted to make. You can do that. You can say no to people. Again, you got to understand what's a fit and where your bottom is and what's your walkaway point. And that's how you develop an edge. You got any questions about it, you can reach me, Steve at stevelentini.com. Here, I'll show you. Steve at stevelentini.com. L as in Linda, E-N, T as in Tom, I-N-I, stevelentini.com. And my phone number is 917-805-1088, 917-805-1088. I'm glad to give you these for free. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Steve Lentini. And feel free to go to my website, which I'm redoing, by the way. But anyway, you can give me your comments about the website and where I could change it. Remember, so developing an edge is breaking through small-minded thinking, right? The acorn represents small-minded thinking. Break through into what's limitless possibility. And that means you have to get uncomfortable and change yourself. When you change yourself by understanding how you show up to others, and you start to navigate that, imagine limitless possibilities showing up in your life. You'll close more people with less work. You'll close more sales with less work. Why not? It's possible. Thank you.